I have toyed with the idea of doing this live stream since Sunday, and I was up in the air about whether I was going to do it or not. But I had a conversation with somebody tonight when they said that they were afraid to do something because it was controversial. And I said, always do the controversial thing because you're only going to say what other people are thinking. And that theme keeps coming up for me a lot over the last couple of weeks. So I've decided I'm going to do this live stream. I'm going to keep it short and sweet if I can. I witnessed an extremely violent attack on another person on Sunday in a very public place in front of a couple of hundred people. And I happened to be sitting within a metre distance from where this attack took place. And within a millisecond, I interjected and tried to stop the attack from getting any worse. And during the attack on this person, the attacker took a swipe at me. I pulled back, I got away, and they went back in to attack this other person. Eventually, I got them off and got them removed out of the situation, and that was fine. The attack itself was extremely violent and quite harrowing, very frightening. However, my instincts kicked in and I got involved to try and help the person who was in a very, very vulnerable position at the time. Now, just let me make one thing clear. I'm not telling you this story for Nicola Connolly Bourne to be the hero and isn't she amazing? She interjected and helped a person become safe. That's not why I'm doing this live stream. This is the purpose of me doing this live stream. I want to ask you a question. The attack was harrowing, but what was more harrowing to me is that nobody else came to help her. Not one other person in that room. And there was hundreds of people. So my question for you is would you help somebody who was being violently attacked? Now, I am not suggesting for a second that you put yourself into a dangerous situation whereby you are going to be harmed, okay? I knew I was putting myself in a dangerous situation and I knew I could have been harmed, but I was making all of these split-second decisions in milliseconds, okay? Because the whole thing played out in about 30 seconds and it was over, okay? My take on it is this: if it's not safe enough for you to get involved, or if you are not confident enough to get involved, the least that you can do is call the Gardaí. Not one person in that room called the Gardaí. There was one call made to the Gardaí and I asked for it to be made. So not one person in the room called the Gardaí, not one person came to this person's assistance. But what you can do, if you don't feel like you can do any of the other things, what you can do is go near to the person who is helping and ask them if they need help. Shout at them. Can I help you in any way? How can I assist you? Or call the guards, or stand there and put your hand on the other person's back to let them know that there's other people behind them that care and have their back and giving them the support. The violent act was the violent act and it was despicable and uncalled for and harrowing to say the least. But the bit that's disturbing me more is that nobody else came to help, nobody else called the guards, and nobody came in behind me to say, can I help you in any way, if they didn't feel confident enough to get involved. So I'd like to know what your opinion is on that, because I was horrified. Didn't sleep very well on Sunday night, I can tell you. And it's been on my mind a lot since. Hi Gus. There's Etna Crane. Jesus, fair play. Yeah. In my mind, it wasn't even a question, Etna. Natasha, brave lady, hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm grand, not a bother. Hope you're okay. This is not why I'm doing this live stream, lads. It's not about whether I'm okay. It's just to get the conversation going about you know, what we can do going forward if we ever witness something like that, and what is the right thing to do. Okay, the right thing to do might be different opinion, but I'm eager to find out what your opinion is. Fully agree with you. So many people afraid to get involved or intervene, but I would stand by, but I couldn't stand by and watch something like this happening. Sinead Nick on Chusnuk. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sinead. I don't like mispronouncing people's names. Why is this computer not going up and down now? Here we go. Etna Crane, don't think I could. Don't think I could what, Etna? You'll have to tell me what you're talking about there, darling, because I don't think I... Why is this not moving? Okay, I have to manually do it now. Just there's millions of his, 54 of his online there. Jacinta, hi, what happened? Okay, so listen, Jacinta, you'll have to go back and watch this from the beginning. So that's the story. I'm asking you the question, what is your opinion? How would you handle it? Have you ever been in that situation before, and what did you do? My breath is still taken away by the whole thing and the lack of action. I don't understand the lack of action. It's kind of like when you see something happening that's wrong with a child and nobody says a thing. And then people say, oh, you know, I don't really want to get involved. It's not my business. It's everybody's business. When there's a child that's not been disciplined, or a child who's putting itself in danger, or a child who's doing something that a child should not be doing, some adult needs to say something. If their significant adult doesn't have the capacity or the wherewithal or the cop on to put them on the right path, somebody needs to put them on the right path. Okay? Somebody needs to have the kahunas to come forward and say, do you know what? That's not cool. Don't do that. What happened on Sunday wasn't right. And somebody needed to move forward to say, hey, hang on a second, that's out of order. And I was shocked at the lack of it. Emma Mongi, it's scary that this is how the world is now. We need to change this. Yes, we do. Etna Crane, hate physical confrontation, but in a room would definitely look to get help. Good. June White, no way. I could stand there, have tried break up fights in the past. Maybe you're trying to say you couldn't stand there. Frank O'Connor, that's shocking if they were other men in the place and they just stood there and watched. Yeah, they did just stand there and watch Frank, and as did all of the other women. The gender doesn't come into it for me. The moral compass comes into it for me. Doreen Whitty, where was the security? The security did come. The security got to me within about 30 seconds, and they handled the situation brilliantly after the fact. So I was really, really happy with them. Gus Byrne, really not sure how I would react. Maybe I would not be the first person, but for sure would be there for support. Glad you're okay. Thank you, Gus. Kira, wouldn't have the confidence, but I would definitely call the guards. Fair play to you, Nicola. You are some woman. No, Kira, thanks for saying that. I'm really glad you called the guards because people just didn't. I couldn't believe it. And I asked the guards afterwards, were there any other calls logged? And the answer was no. So that's the story. I'm going to stop talking about it now. I'd like your opinion. Thanks ever so much. If you're only chiming in now, 65 is watching live. If you're only chiming in now, please watch this from the beginning. Your opinion is extremely important to me. And getting your feedback is extremely important to me. So I'd be very grateful. Sinead D, I know a person that was singled out by a woman, a man and another in the watch. Thankfully, a guy heard her screams and intervened. He was consequently attacked also, but it was enough for the attackers to run away. I'd risk intervening without a second thought. My instincts just kicked in. I'm very primal anyway. Doreen Whitty, Nicola, sometimes the person that gets involved ends up the worst. That's true. Sinead Heaney, O'Connor, Nicola, thank God you were there for this lady. Yeah. Listen, I sat behind the right person. Gabrielle missed it. Sorry, darling. I can't tell the story again from the start. I'd be the same as you, Nick. I'd be leaping over seats, which is exactly what I did do. Elaine Ryan, heard a man screaming and shouting at his girlfriend in a car in a basement car park a few years ago. Didn't know what to do, was afraid to go over and approach the car myself as I thought I'd be attacked myself. I rang the guards, but they didn't seem to take it very seriously. I just need to scroll down here, Elaine. Didn't take it very seriously. Said they'd call out, but I had to leave. Not sure if they did. Was very scary to witness, but felt my conscience was a bit clearer. Not sure if the guards actually came out, but you did something, Elaine. You took action and you did something in order to try and support that person, which is very admirable. John Carney, human and motherly instincts, hashtag defend. Yeah, actually, and that's after giving me a bit of a lump in my throat, John, because there was a child involved as well. I've said this 3 times now. I'm going to leave it there. Please watch it back from the beginning if this is your first, if you're only chiming in now. Your opinion, listen to me, I'm talking to you. Your opinion is extremely important to me, and I would like to know what you have to say about this, how you would handle it, how you would have handled it, how you had handled it in the past. I'd like to just get an average, okay? Etna Crane actually jumped into an organised fight outside the kids' school a few years ago as parents looked on, marched into the office, was shaken, but instinct was to stop a child being hurt. For sure, yeah. I did that in Africa actually as well, except it wasn't an organised fight. It just, a fight broke out with the kids that we were working with in Kenya, in Nairobi. And yeah, I jumped into millions of fights that week actually, now that I think of it. It's me Dublin 5 raring coming back into play. Right, I'm going to bed. Good night. See you on the page tomorrow. Keep talking, keep interacting, keep sharing, keep liking, keep giving me emojis, because the more that we're interacting on these live streams, the more Facebook will show this to other people. And the more people that we have in this tribe, the more that we can spread this work of living a more positive life and sharing the tools as much as we possibly can. If this is my only way of raising the vibration of the earth while I'm here, well then I'm going to use this platform as often as I can. Kira said, I hope you're okay, Nicola. I got an awful fright. I did get an awful fright, but you're in grant. I'm built to, I've sealskin. Right, I'm gone. I really am gone this time. Slow, bye. And now it doesn't want to end. Imagine. Slow on, guys.